Yeah, hello student. Today we are going to see. Today we are going to learn to prove t is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. So it is for class 11 and it is from oscillation. So when the simple pendulum is oscillating, the time taken from the simple pendulum t is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. This is the equation we are going to derive from the simple pendulum. So the pendulum is oscillating from mean position to the extreme position and again it is going to the mean position. So I am going to use the simple harmonic motion concept to prove this equation. Yeah. Say here displacement y is equal to displacement, a is the amplitude and cos omega t. So it is very simple equation which is going to represent as a simple harmonic motion. So y is the displacement, a is the amplitude and it is a cos graph with omega t. So this will be like this. So it is for 0 degree, it is for 90 degree, it is for 180, it is for 270 and this is for 360 degree. It is representing as a cos graph. Okay. The maximum amplitude I am taken as a. So this side displacement y, this side I am taken as a time t. So y is equal to a cos omega t. Very simple equation which is the representing as a pendulum oscillation. So pendulum is started from this point and is oscillating like this. So that is the meaning of y is equal to a cos theta. It is only for the displacement equation. So displacement by time, that means we are differentiating with respect to the time. It is with respect to the time we will get as a velocity. Differentiate with the differentiation of time we will get as a velocity. So velocity is equal to dy by dt. So a is a constant, amplitude is a constant. Cos omega t differentiation will get as a minus sin theta. Omega t, it is going to be the theta. So omega t differentiation which is going to be omega. So I will get velocity is equal to minus a omega sin omega t. Again I want acceleration for the simple harmonic motion. So see, again acceleration is equal to dv by dt, change in velocity with respect to the time. So minus a omega, I am taken common, sin omega t differentiation will be cos theta, sin theta will be differentiation will be cos theta. So cos omega t. Omega t differentiation will be omega. So finally we will get acceleration is equal to minus a omega square cos omega t. You can have one question, why omega t? So omega is equal to displacement by time, theta by t. So theta is equal to omega t. So we will get cos theta. Theta, instead of writing theta you can write as a omega t. I got acceleration is equal to minus a omega square cos omega t. This is the equation I will get as a acceleration. Just I will write three equation. y is equal to a cos omega t. The graph for this will be like this. So again velocity is equal to it is minus a omega sin omega t. It is a negative sign graph which I am going to get like this. Again acceleration is equal to minus a omega square cos omega t. It is a graph of negative cos, we will get like this. Okay, it is not our objective. Our objective to learn t is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. The another video I am given brief explanation about this particular equation. So I will get a is equal to minus capital A omega square cos omega t as a acceleration. So I got it is acceleration is equal to minus a amplitude, omega square is the angular velocity or angular speed, it is a cos omega t. I am taken this as a maximum. If example, I am taken this as a 0 degree. That means a is equal to minus a omega square. So which is going to get as the acceleration. Okay. So see here I am taken omega t as a 0 degree, cos 0 degree will be 1. So I got a is equal to minus a omega square. So I got acceleration. Okay. Now I come to the pendulum. So I have the simple pendulum like this. So I have pendulum like this. See pendulum at this particular position. So weight will be acting this side. Mg will be acting this side. Okay. So see this side how much force will be acting. I don't know how much force will be acting as a this side. So just I am taken straight to this. This is a theta and this side only it's a question mark. So for this small triangle, MG is the hypotenuse side. MG is the hypotenuse side. This is opposite side. So opposite is equal to dash. I don't know from this small triangle what is the opposite. So opposite is equal to hypotenuse times of sin theta, because sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. In this triangle, hypotenuse is mg. So opposite is equal to mg sin theta. Okay. So opposite is equal to mg sin theta, which is acting this side. So this side will be mg sin theta. So the length of the pendulum I am taken as a L. Length of the pendulum I am taken L. So torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Okay. So here force is mg sin theta. For the turning effect is got for the pendulum, it is a force mg sin theta and perpendicular distance is a L. So force is mg sin theta and perpendicular distance is length of the pendulum L. So total torque is equal to mg L sin theta. I got total torque. Okay. In rotation motion, torque is equal to, so just we will take it this as a equation number 2. Okay. Before I have the acceleration, that I am going to take it as a equation number 1. This I am taken as a equation number 1. So equation number 3. In rotation motion, so what is the torque? Torque is equal to I alpha. Just I am going to prove how torque is equal to I alpha. See, force into perpendicular distance. Force into perpendicular distance. So force is ma. Force is ma. Here perpendicular distance is L. In rotation motion, A is equal to alpha times of R. That is going to be length of the pendulum. Alpha L into L. Because A is equal to alpha L. So m L square alpha. So finally I get torque is equal to m L square. So mass into radius square. Radius means here it is a perpendicular distance. M L square alpha. It is going to be inertia times of alpha. It's going to be torque. Equation number 3. So just I am going to compare with equation 2 and 3. So equation 2 is equal to equation 3. Both is representing as a torque. So I alpha is equal to mg L sin theta. Okay. So sin theta will be very small. When this angle is small, sin theta is equal to theta. So mg L theta is equal to I alpha. So alpha is equal to mg L sin theta, this which is going to be taken as a theta divided by I. So mg L. Inertia is going to be m L square, which already we learned inertia is equal to ml square. Into sin theta will be theta. So mm get cancelled, ll get cancelled. So alpha is equal to g divided by L theta. Already in equation number 1, alpha is equal to minus omega times of A. So it is going to be, in equation number 1 we got, in equation number 1 we got acceleration is equal to minus omega times of amplitude. Okay. So the same equation just I am converting in a rotation motion. A is going to be alpha, omega, and amplitude we are going to take it as a theta. In rotation motion, amplitude will be theta, and this is going to be alpha, this is going to be theta. Okay. So see here, again alpha is equal to g divided by L theta. So that means omega is equal to g divided by L. Omega is equal to, omega square is equal to g divided by L. Omega is equal to root of g divided by L. Okay. So this is a question we are learning what is the time period. T is equal to, so omega is equal to root of g divided by L. So I want what is the time period. T is equal to question mark. So see here, omega is equal to theta by capital T. So capital T I am taken this side. Capital T is equal to theta divided by omega. So for full complete rotation, theta is going to be 2 pi. So 2 pi divided by 360 degree divided by omega. Omega already I have root g divided by L. So it's going to be 2 pi divided by root of g divided by L. So finally I'll get time period is equal to 2 pi, just to flip the equation, root of L divided by g. It is called time period. In case if you want frequency, frequency is equal to 1 divided by time period. So frequency is equal to 1 divided by time period. Just flip the equation, 1 divided by 2 pi root of g divided by L, which is going to be called as the frequency. Okay. Today we learnt from the pendulum how to derive the equation of time period and how to derive the equation of frequency. Okay. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.